Imagine losing 17 of your children to a king's cruelty. What would you do? One Persian blacksmith answered that question, and his name became a legend. So sit back and let me tell you the story. Long ago, in ancient Persia, there lived a young prince named Zahhak. At first, he was respected by his people, but deep inside, he desired more power than anything else. One day, a mysterious stranger appeared before him. The stranger promised Zahhak unlimited power and glory. But the stranger was no ordinary man. He was a devil, disguised as a human. Without realizing the terrible cost, Zahhak accepted the offer, and that decision would change the fate of Persia forever. The devil gained Zahhak's trust, and one day he asked for a simple reward. "Sir, allow me to kiss your shoulders," he said. Zahhak laughed. "Oh, it's only a kiss," so he agreed. The moment the devil kissed both of Zahhak's shoulders, he disappeared. Suddenly, two terrifying black snakes burst from Zahhak's shoulders. The king called the greatest healers from across the land. They tried every medicine, they tried every cure. Some even cut off snakes off, but every time they grew back. No one could stop them, and Persia's nightmare had only just begun. Soon the devil returned, this time disguised as a wise physician. He examined Zahhak and said, "There is only one way to calm the snakes. They must be fed every single day, but not with meat. Only the brains of two young men." Desperate to end his suffering, Zahhak obeyed. From that day on, every morning, two innocent young men were taken from their families. They were killed to feed the snakes. Fear spread across Persia. Parents hid their children. The people lived in silence. No one dared to stand against the cruel king. For years, Zahhak ruled through terror, until one ordinary blacksmith decided he had had enough. Among the people of Persia lived a blacksmith named Kaveh. He was not a king, he was not a warrior, he was an ordinary man, but Zahhak's cruelty had already taken many of his sons. One day, the king's soldiers came again. They demanded Kaveh's last remaining son. That was the moment Kaveh refused. He stood before the king and cried, "Enough! The people have suffered for too long." Then he tore up the king's decree in front of everyone. He raised his blacksmith's leather apron on a spear like a banner. People gathered around him. For the first time in many years, Persia found hope. As Kaveh's call spread across the land, more and more people joined him. But Kaveh knew he was not meant to be a king. There was someone else, a young man named Ferdowsi. Long ago, it had been foretold that Ferdowsi would one day defeat Zahhak and free Persia. To protect him, his mother had hidden him in secret while he was still a child. Now he had grown into a brave and noble young man. Kaveh found Ferdowsi and said, "The time has come. The people need a true leader." Together, they gathered an army. They marched toward Zahhak's palace. The final battle for Persia was about to begin. Ferdowsi and his followers reached Zahhak's palace. The people opened the gates for them. Zahhak tried to escape, but it was too late. Ferdowsi confronted the tyrant with his mighty mace. With one powerful blow, he defeated Zahhak. Just as Ferdowsi was about to end his life, a divine voice stopped him. "Do not kill him." Instead, Zahhak was taken to the high mountains of Mount Damavand. There he was chained deep inside the rocks, where he could never threaten the world again. With Zahhak gone, peace returned to Persia. Kaveh's leather apron became a symbol of freedom and justice, and the people never forgot that even an ordinary blacksmith could change the course of history.